bodywork hanging down at the front. So he got that little bit too close. That won't be helping him. Steffi Harm having a look up the inside into turn 13, and her nose ahead, and Brereton's having to ease off on the outside. He will then be squeezed over the curbs on the outside. Yeah, moves work. Antonio Albacete now, when we get to turn 14, finds himself on the outside of the corner, but Brereton just has to accept that was a great move by Steffi Harm. So the gap between first and second coming down a bit. That battle in which 17 has just lost a position, might lose another, because down to the first corner. Look in the background, there's the battle for third and fourth. Antonio Albacete, I thought he was getting a bit of a slipstream, bit of a toe coming down to turn one, dives up the inside of Shane Brereton. It left him enough room not to have to clout the curbs too hard. Brereton, though, tucks back into 7th place. Albacete will have to try another day, another time. Steffi Harm now has the flapping bodywork. You certainly get the feeling for the Truck Racing Championship with 4 races over 2 days. You need to bring a fair few spares. The bits of bodyworks that get clattered tend to be towards the rear of the truck and the very, very front of the truck, as seen on Ryan Smith's charging but not passing seems to have been the story for Smith. But the best battle in the race at the moment is this one, 5th place through to 8th. Kerber, Steffi Harm, Shane Brereton and Antonio Albacete. Look how close they are. On the start-finish line, what's the difference between them? It was 1.5 seconds, just under. This part of the circuit, it looks less than that. But when you get to the chicane at turn 6 and 7, there's nothing you can really do about the truck ahead. It's hard enough in car racing. There just isn't enough space. Turns 8, 9 and 10, the track keeps flicking away around the far side, and flick out comes the tail from Gerd Korber. Was at the moment he lost it. Is it close enough for Steffi Harm to get up the inside as they go? Not quite close enough out of 11. No, I thought she might. The Rhino's Adventures truck looking left, looking right, seeing what it can do. Gerd Korber, he knows what he's doing in the truck. He most certainly does. He's not leaving any space, not even half a space for Steffi Harm to consider. Steffi locks up, very nearly clouts the back of him. Is this the moment Shane Brereton gets a run back on? Question is if Steffi Harm can get her truck to tuck back in. It has. Stays in 6th place. Gerd Korber still in 5th, behind Shane Brereton. Not so long ago, pushed back to 7th, and 7th he stays. So on to the penultimate lap, 0.678 of a second between this Adam Lachko and that, if you will, which is the number 1 Iveco, Freightliner of Lachko, and the Iveco of Jochen Hahn. 0.678 of a second, and look how close it is behind. Gerd Korber still hanging on to 5th place. Adam Lachko leads the race for Freightliner. Freightliner, the 33 Freightliner, running in 3rd place, being harried since the early laps by Ryan Smith, who made that charge up the order, but Smith seems unable, as they go on to the penultimate lap, to get any further up the order. However, Steffi Harm was very cross, no doubt, to be pushed wide twice on the opening lap, and she's fought her way alongside. Breathe in, breathe out, and pass, but slightly compromised on the exit. Gerd Korber trying his utmost, but Steffi Harm will have the right position as they go up into turn 4. Wow! And Shane Brereton has come through as well. It's amazing. You go a little bit wide, and it's very hard to haul these big trucks back across onto the bit of circuit you want them to. And now Shane Brereton going up the inside of Steffi Harm. She was a little bit hesitant going into turn 5. And I think Brereton, will he brave it out up the inside when they get to chicane? He's on the right line. He takes 5th position. So 5th turn to 6th to 7th. Then a clash between 23 and Antonio Albacete and Steffi Harm. Poor Steffi, being absolutely monstered in this race, but she's got the pace. She's fighting back. And then a very unusual line. Went too deep in the corner there, Shane Brereton. He won't have the ultimate run out of 11. But looks like he's done enough. Sorry, before 11. It's about turn 8 he made that mistake. And around the outside, but still on the inside, has Brereton got enough position? How much that's dangling bodywork affecting them as they dive down the hill? Harm's now back ahead of Brereton. Brereton's bodywork, yeah, dragging along the track. Antonio Albacete gets ahead, goes around the outside at turn 12. Will there be contact? Not there, there won't. But Albacete, did he come off the throttle? No, I don't think so. So he will be carrying on, not losing momentum. So the Spaniard, the Spanish veteran, don't think he'll mind me calling him that, regains the position. So 3 place changes in half a lap in this battle for 5th place. But Gerd Korber has lost all the ground. He was at the front of the group at this lap. He's at the back of the group. Now he's got Andre Kursim for company because the German racer has caught up in 42 while all those ahead of him were getting it loose, getting it wild, hanging it off the circuit. Onto the final lap, down out of turn 1, through the kink, down to turn 2. The track drops even more sharply. Adam Lachko leading the way. Jochen Hahn rose from 7th place, got up into 2nd, has not been able to challenge, and Norbert Kisch will hardly be able to watch this. He doesn't want Lachko to be gaining maximum points for this race. Lachko leading the championship. Norman Kies was the challenger, but his challenge was blunted this afternoon. Right now, the gap was just under a second on the start-finish line. It looks to be about the same. Lachko not taking any risks. That allows Jochen Hahn to close in. They know it's the final lap. Well, you hope they know it's the final lap. But look, so neat and tidy. These two have just not been taking risks. That said, a little bit of curbing flicked up, or a little bit of bodywork perhaps. In fact, I think it was bodywork off Antonio Albacete's truck from his contact there with Steffi Harm last time around. So halfway around the final lap. Just keeping things under control. Our first 2 runners. Oh, last lap. Time for Ryan Smith to make a charge. He's already been investigated for 2 bits of contact, and they're side-by-side contact with 33, but David Vasecki not interested in backing off. Adam Lachko nearly going off at turn 12 on the final lap as Jochen Hahn closes in. But the driver who won so many races mid-season won 6 in a run of 7 races. Looks though he's going to add win number 7 to his campaign. So race 2. Adam Lachko bringing it into the finish. 2nd place going to Jochen Hahn. Then you have to look more than a dozen seconds back. And David Vasecki has withstood the charge of 88. Or has he? Well, right there at the final corner on the final lap, Ryan Smith up the inside, caught a bit more contact and a bit more contact as they run to the finish line. But Ryan Smith elicits a cheer from the crowd. He gets 3rd place. Will he be allowed to keep it ahead of 33? Steffi Harm, what a race for her. Really muscled out of it. Worked her way back to 5th. Albacete in 6th. 7th place will be Shane Brereton. Gerd Korber lost out the last few laps. He fell to 8th place overall. Then Andre Kursim and truck number 30. Didn't really talk about him too much through the course of the race. Sasha Lentz, he got monstered by a whole group around him and gradually fell down the order, but he takes